more specifically to the two different resolutions and what properties are affected. But essentially under under the local housing and redevelopment law, which includes both redevelopment in designated redevelopment areas, which we have in the central business district, but also includes the new town-wide, village-wide rehabilitation designation. Both of them, and it's a little confusing that even under rehabilitation, you still effectuate that through a redevelopment agreement. And it's unfortunate that they didn't distinguish the two and have like a rehabilitation agreement so it would be clearer, but these two particular projects are not located in redevelopment zones, so we're not talking about redevelopment under the long-term tax exemption 30-year pilot scenario. What we're talking about is the potential for 5-year short-term tax abatement, which is again, it is taxes spread across the taxing entities, but just phased in at 20%, 40%, 60%, 80%, and then after 5 years, you're up to 100% of taxes. What it does do is give us the ability to have those type of financial agreements on the short-term tax, but equally, if not more importantly, the additional zoning type controls that come with a redevelopment agreement and a redevelopment plan. So in these two cases, the first one is the Villas at Orange Lawn LLC, which is an entity that has a contract to purchase basically the eastern vacant 5 acres of the Orange Lawn Tennis Club property. And the second one is for company Meridian the Valley South Orange LLC, which is a contract purchaser of a number of properties that are basically on either side of 4th Street between Valley and the railroad tracks. So in each case, this is just sort of the first step in that process, which simply recognizes that those two entities or contract purchasers have the authorization from the owner to negotiate and try and see if there's an acceptable redevelopment plan, again for rehabilitation only, can be reached, which would authorize certain, a particular type of project, and also negotiate a potential financial agreement. So neither one of these, they don't authorize anything other than identify those entities as the entities with whom we can negotiate these issues. And then equally important, there comes with it the requirement that they post escrow deposits to cover the cost of the village's redevelopment council plan or other professional fees. With the idea being if you want to develop, you ought to pay the freight and not have the taxpayers paying for it. So those are the kind of the two significant and salient points of these two resolutions. Again, neither one of them authorizes any development of any